Okay, it's 7 o'clock, so we will call our meeting to order and ask you all please to join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Shirley, would you take roll call, please?
Mayor Hammond.
Here.
Larry Lambert.
Here.
Mike Connell.
Here.
Bob Porter.
Here.
Mindy Galvey. Here. Kamal Ghazi. Kristen Babel.
Here.
Kamal was absent.
Looking now for approval of our agenda for tonight.
I move that we adopted the agenda as printed.
Second. We have a motion from Mindy, seconded by Kristen. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. And looking now for approval of the minutes from our meeting of February 19th.
Move that we suspend the rules, waive the reading, and approve the minutes from the February 19, 2026 regular meeting.
Second.
We have a motion from Bob, seconded by Mike. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Do we have any pre-approved reports or presentations? I don't believe we do, so moving on to public comment. Is there anyone here for public comment? Hearing none, we move into communications. Shirley, do you have something?
I have. Sorry. I was not paying attention on this. I just did a little bit of revision to the resolution that you're gonna read later tonight, so I did hand that new one out. Park minutes from Megan's park meeting, she'll review that later. Recycling news from Lanesburg, Greater Lanesburg Recycling. I did hand out in your guys' packet the nominating petition information, you guys got that? Kamal, Mindy, and Mike their seats are all up for renewal. The new term would expire December 1st of 2030, and then the mayor's seat is also up, and that would expire, the new term would expire December 1st of 2028. Nominating petitions can be picked up at City Hall, and they are due in my office by April 21st at 4 p.m.
Really?
Yes.
I'll talk to you about it. Last year, we said that initially, but then when we checked on it, I was able to turn mine in July.
Okay, I'll check on it.
Yeah, maybe we should just check to know for sure. But you said by April what?
21st. And
So we'll go with that until we
Yep,
know.
and then Megan will probably talk about this later, okay? Just the flyer that I handed out for an event on Saturday, April 25th at the park, Veterans Park. That's it.
Thank you. Moving on to the department head reports. John, you want to go first?
I don't have a lot to talk about, but the sewer relining that we approved last month, they're working on, they cleaned it today. They were supposed to start Monday. So there was some disruption in some of the mains because they started drawing off hydrants and didn't tell me they were here. So I apologize for that. I had Megan post Facebook, and so it wasn't shocking, and we did get one or two complaints, but it was minimal. We took care of it. So other than that, unless you have something for me, it's business as usual with Public Works.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, John. Moving on to Megan.
Hello. It is March, so we can no longer accept tax payments. Today I worked on closing out my role. I'm pretty sure I have everything wrapped up. I plan on taking my paperwork to the county tomorrow. And then it usually takes a week or two for the county to check everything, make sure we balance and get everything that's unpaid uploaded into their system so people can make payments there. Like I said, there is a little bit of a delay there. We can no longer take them here. Working on the budget, no problem, we'll have it ready for the mayor by the 16th of March, just waiting on some estimates so that we know some of these bigger capital improvement projects that we're doing, or looking to propose that we do, that we have estimates instead of just trying to pull numbers out of the air. So we're just waiting on some dollars, and then we'll be good to go. That's it for me.
Anybody have any questions for Megan? Okay,
No.
Thank you.
thank you, Megan. Shirley?
I already reported. Nice
Okay.
stuff. Thank you, patience.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Just want to let you know, we did our annual use of force training here, actually in council chambers a few weeks ago. That went really well, had really good interaction with everybody. And it's just good to have everybody all in the same place at the same time once in a while. So that was good. Been working with Megan on the budget, and I think we're in good shape there as far as being ready for you folks. I do plan on getting the speed trailer out soon. Once I'm pretty confident that we don't have snow as an obstacle to cover up the solar panel and have it die on me again or get buried along M52 as it did. It took me several minutes to dig that out while it was sitting there. But once I can trust the weather a little bit more, you will see it out. I haven't. I'm not 100% on where I'm going to put it at this point, but I'll let you know when I get it out. And as some of you may have heard, we had a fairly large incident in Langsburg last night. Sergeant Monroe and I responded around a little after noon, somewhere around noon. That concluded well after 9 o'clock last night with a peaceful resolution, and we were grateful for that. But worked with a lot of quality, top-notch people, and it was really good to be out there for that long duration with people that were very good at their jobs. So it was good to have everybody out from the county and from Clinton County. We had a lot of support from over that way, Bath Township, DeWitt Township. They have an SRT team in Clinton County that came out, and I got to work with those guys. So really, really good group of people, and did a quality job, and got everybody out safe and no harm. So glad for that.
Thank you for, you guys for going. That was great that
Yeah.
you were able to help.
You know, I know that's not outside, that's not within the city, and that's not what you folks govern, but the reality is in Shiawassee County, it takes everybody for what we have to deal with sometimes.
And I think that was evident in our post-tornado time. I mean,
Yep.
so many municipalities sent help
Absolutely.
and people, and to have you guys go and have so many others go to help in that
Yeah.
crisis, I think that speaks well of our county.
Yep, I agree with you. It does. That's all I have. Does anybody have any questions for me?
No.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. I don't really have anything to report, so to speak, but I just will bring back to your attention some things that I emailed out, and that was information about some congressionally directed spending grants that are now available, but we have to apply by the end of March, so it's quick. John and Megan and Shirley and I have been meeting with OHM, the company that did the research on our infrastructure, so to speak, and they have indicated a willingness to write grants for us for the things that they've done studies on, water and lighting and streets and things like that. So I would like us to, at our next meeting, discuss getting permission to have them write the grant, put that on our agenda, because then I think they can still get it in, because they already have all the information. We'll just need to gather a few other things, letters of support and stuff like that. So just to let you know about that. I know that Megan has done some grant applications for parks. Are you going to talk about that at all tonight? Okay. And at our next meeting also, I'd like to have discussion about having the boards and our council people have a training plan in writing. Megan gave us information on that being a requirement of our SEDC or MEDC. I always forget the name of it.
The redevelopment ready, there is a training plan already like that was put in place with some goals that last 2 years that was enacted.
In 2025.
Yes.
But have we done it? I mean, has there been?
Has there been progress on it? No.
Okay.
But we can bring that, did you provide it a couple meetings ago?
I provided the information a few meetings ago, and
That was like what the training plan is, right? Wasn't that in the packets?
Yeah.
A couple meetings ago? So,
But we haven't enacted it. I mean, that's what I'm concerned about. It's one thing to have it in writing, but shouldn't we be doing that?
right, which is why Shirley sends links to like opportunities through MML and so that the training can happen.
Oh, she does, okay. I wasn't aware of that.
if you, couple, you guys get.
I mean, as a council, you can certainly decide to, like, we're gonna make a conscious effort to, everyone needs to do one of these in the next 3 months, or, and the planning commission is very actively seeking out what courses they're gonna take right now.
Okay.
Because there's a section in each of them in that training plan, that was part of the RRC thing. There was goals and objectives separate for the planning commission and for the council. Like Open Meetings Act, or, that's just an example of.
The planning commission, based on some work that Genevieve Cottrell has done, and I know she's been working with you, Megan, it looks like we're probably going to do a module of training that's available through the MSU extension activity. All the details aren't worked out, but that's our current plan right now, and I know Genevieve was gonna get back with you.
Yeah, the last I heard from Genevieve, the plan was instead of making everyone sign up individually, that maybe they would dedicate a half hour to each of their meetings to all watch this webinar, pre-recorded,
Okay.
together. There was some concern that some of the commissioners didn't have access to the technology needed to watch a webinar at home.
Yeah. And also, yeah, it doesn't require additional scheduling of meetings and things. We'd put an adjunct to our monthly meeting.
That's a good idea. So Shirley, when you send this out, the information of what's available, do they get back to you and say, yes, I'd like to do that? And
They can get back to me, but there's links in there for you to click. If there's anything that you have to pay for, we can most certainly take care of that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
A lot of it was free.
A lot of it's,
how I think.
yeah, some of it's free, yeah. Yep. Megan and I took a webinar, remember that one time? We did it at my house.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was like
yeah.
3 hours long.
Yeah.
And it had opens meeting, it had a lot of stuff for you,
Yeah.
opens meeting,
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah, it was
of,
great.
but a lot of it was geared toward
Council members.
council
versus-
members, yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
There were puppies
But it was still,
involved.
I learned a lot because it was when I first started doing this.
Yeah, I was right on
I have-
When you send that to us, we're supposed to respond to them and do some of them
Yeah, you can click on there. I'll go back
as
and.
part of this, as part of council. We do it on our own.
Yeah, you can do it on your own, right, Megan?
you
do
can.
your
I mean,
own,
you
or-
and I have done some together, webinars,
Mhm.
where Mindy has come in and we've watched them together. So we could
Mhm.
certainly do any of that if somebody
Mhm.
prefers to do it that way. But if you want to just do it on your own,
I feel like I remember the last one that I sent was like where you had to go, and it was a couple nights or something, right? Do you
I think
remember?
there was an online option or an in-person option.
Was there, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of them do have online options now, a lot of that training does, so there's, and I've not seen a charge or a fee at all for the ones that are online.
And I keep looking too. I keep looking all the time for new trainings for you guys, but
When they do that, should they report to someone that they've done it? Do you have to report to the RRC that we're doing this?
I don't remember the tracking
Okay.
mechanism to that off the top of my head. I would have to pull it back up and look at it, but if you want me to bring it to the next meeting and like we can like touch on the details, see if the plan was good for 2 years, but if we feel that whatever the goals were for council aren't goals that are relevant anymore, or you think you'd see something else, we can certainly revise it. But it'll also be up for revision in another 6 months.
Yeah, I think the most important thing right now would be to find out if they need to report, because it's one thing to say to the RRC, MEDC that we are doing it, but I would think they
all
want to
levels of
know.
the RRC at some point wanted us to, a record-keeping metrics component, like how far have you come, like what's your progress from last year, are you doing more training than last year, are you, it's all about growth and
Mhm.
becoming more informed.
Yeah. So I would say at this point, if you're so inclined to do a webinar, either with others or alone, if you do a webinar, you need to let Megan or Shirley know so that record keeping can be done for the RRC reporting.
and you can come to City Hall and do it too.
Yes, you can
We
do
have
it
extra
here if
computers
you
that
don't
can
have.
sit at,
Yeah.
and then we would just listen in with you.
Thank you, Megan, for doing that. And that does bring me to just one other thing I wanted to talk about. I'd like us to have some discussion time before we work on the budget and talk about an appointment of 2 new, very part-time positions that would be Megan's. You know how at the school, teachers get paid for teaching their classes and being there at school during the day, but then some of them coach or coach cheerleaders or robotics or sponsor a class, and they get paid a stipend, but they get paid to do that. I'd like us to consider in discussion the appointment of Megan as Parks Administrator rather than just Chairman of the Parks Committee, because she puts a lot of time into that Parks program. But also for the coordinator for the MEDC RRC, because again, she does a lot of that. And those things are over and above and not necessarily a part of her treasurer position. Again, it can be a stipend, I wish it could be more, but I don't think we can afford more. But I was looking online just to try to get some idea. Maybe it could be in the range of $2,000 a year for each of those things. And they would be separately paid from her treasurer, so that if at some point in the future it changes and she doesn't want to do that anymore and somebody else does it, then it's, not a difficult thing to figure out. So that's just a thought I had. And also one of our working committee members mentioned about the Parks Administrator, and I kind of jumped right on that. So if we could put that on the agenda for our next meeting, we'll talk about that and see if we can make that happen. Or what you think about making it happen. And I'll also remind people that we do have some open positions on our Zoning Board of Appeals and Board of Review. There's information about those on the city website. There's application to fill out if you're interested, or if you have questions, you can call City Hall. You can talk with me or Shirley or Megan. If you have questions, we'll do our best to answer them. So thank you for that. And yes,
I'm sure everyone has seen the report in the paper on Facebook about former Chief Guy Hubbard. He did take a plea deal, and they finalized that last week, or the week before last week. So Cessa's not unhappy and not happy about the settlement, because we get some reimbursement back, but not what we feel was misappropriated. He is on probation, and he had to write quite a large check to this court, so Cessa will get some recuperation from that. Once I have some more details I can share, I will bring some more, because I think the story's ended, but, so what you read is true.
Thank you for that, appreciate it. Any questions for Bob for the Cessa report? If not, do we have any other committee reports?
I have a park report for you.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, man. Parks Committee met February 26th, I think that was last Thursday. It's all a blur now. Myself, Kristen, and Jacob Puffer, if anyone else would like to join us, we want to welcome you, residents, non-residents, if you have an interest in our parks. We need volunteers if some of the ideas that we're kind of throwing around are to happen. First thing we're gonna have to do is start reviewing the 5-year park plan. It's up for renewal in 2027. Hopefully, eventually, we'll be able to apply for like a DNR grant that requires matching funds. One of those requirements is you have this 5-year plan. We are gonna host another summer family fun night. It'll be the 4th annual night. It'll be Wednesday, July 15th. Same time and time frame as last year, 6 to 8 p.m. We're gonna have a save the date soon, and the other committee members have volunteered to go door to door, make sure the local businesses are informed as well, and we're obviously gonna reach out to everybody that has participated in the past. So those are the 2 things that we're already doing. We had some ideas for more activities the parks could start hosting, just to get people in the parks and try to do something different. The first thing we're gonna try is a seed and seedling swap, April 25th, which is the day after Arbor Day, so that's good timing. The concept here is that people, anybody, gardeners, non-gardeners, wanna try it for the first time, experienced, bring extra seeds or seedlings that you may have started at home, and trade with your neighbors, kind of diversify your garden. I started 48 tomato plants this week. I don't know why, I don't need 48 tomato plants, but so hopefully I'll have some to share. I also reached out to the Shiawassee Conservation District, and they are gonna send a representative. They're a great resource with knowledge in our community. I reached out to a couple local businesses that have garden-related products, see if they wanna be involved, and I reached out to the FFA as well, see if the kids wanna come talk about their greenhouse, and they usually sell hanging baskets that time of year, but I know it's a busy time of year for them, so if they can't make it, totally understandable. Anybody have thoughts, comments, concerns about a seed or seedling swap?
So it could be any plants.
Any plants?
Any plants, okay.
I don't, like my head is garden, but if people wanna bring flowers or house plants, or if you have something to trade, bring it, the more the merrier. So that is the first thing we're gonna try. Other ideas we had were movies in the park, like a snowman Christmas decorating competition. All these things will need volunteers and man hours and dollars. So it's certainly stuff we'll either have to fundraise for or get sponsorships for. So look for more ideas coming in the future. And I think I spoke last week or last meeting. I am applying for a T-Mobile grant that's up to $50,000 for work at Jubilee Park for the ball fields, bathroom upgrades. We got quotes for the bathroom. Pretty pricey to get electronic locks in there and doors and all that, but the last thing I need is like a quote for actual building of the dugouts. The application is due end of March. Jacob's gonna help me find some resources to hopefully give me some dollars. The couple of companies I reached out to get like a firm quote on those, it's just too small of a project for them. So I need, I guess, a much smaller contractor to try and get some dollars. So that is what I'm working on. There is a consumer's grant open again. We applied for that a couple of years ago, didn't get it. 3 places, $25,000, $15,000, $10,000. So I'll see if I can find a smaller other park project or something to throw our name in the hat for that too.
Very good. Any questions for Megan?
Thank you.
Thank you, Megan. Moving on then in our agenda, presentation and approval of the bills.
I move that we approve the bills as presented and that payment be authorized.
Second.
We have a motion from Mike, seconded by Mindy. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Moving on then to old business, revisiting the idea of putting a street light at Britton and Lansing Roads. I did send out kind of an update, or at least additional information that was obtained from Consumers Energy. Kyle brought this week, or last week, I should say. And this is open for discussion.
Nothing really changed with this new email, right?
No,
So
it
it's
did
a
not
little bit different
change.
picture.
He just tried to maybe clarify a little bit about how far back that additional pole would be. I think he provided in that drawing.
I think there's enough of a berm there too, we could probably do either way.
Yeah, and Kristen was saying the same thing, right, Kristen, if you
Yeah.
want to say what you said before?
Yeah, I stopped and took some pictures, and I didn't realize how high that berm was. But the pictures don't do it justice, as far as getting the scope of how high it is and how far back. But I feel like there's already a pole there, and I don't think it's gonna be a problem to have a pole, but I would like to know, I guess I would like to see where they wanna put the pole, the exact footage, and then go back out there and kind of, see where it would be, but I think.
On the first one he sent us, that red dot
Yeah,
is the additional pole.
and that looks very close to where the one is there now, so it looks like pretty much the same spot. There's a little hole there. I don't.
Yeah, no, the main pole though is way over where that dotted green line starts to the
Right.
west. And then
Yeah.
where the red dot is, which is at the northwest corner of the lot for that first house on Clearwater.
Yeah.
That's where the additional pole will go. Because otherwise it overspans that overhead wire.
And I feel like that's.
And the yellow square thing is where the actual light pole goes.
I think looking at it, it's high enough on that berm where
That's what
I think we can do either one.
Mhm. I agree.
So that kind of relieves the concerns about being an additional pole and something for somebody to hit. Okay. So now we're looking at, do we want to go, do we want to do it? And do we want to go underground for 1,500 or overhead, as we were just talking about, for 300?
300, in my opinion, is a lot more palatable than the 1,500. Not that that's a huge amount, but it's still,
Yeah, I'm fine with the $300 option.
Me too.
Looking at it, I didn't want a pole that was gonna be somewhat close to the road going through 55-mile-an-hour zone if we're doing it for safety.
Yes, right,
Right where that's at, there is enough of an uphill berm
okay.
where I think if anything did happen on the road right there, hit that hill first before getting up to the pole.
Okay.
I'm fine with that. After we've decided what we're gonna do here, though, I do want to raise the whole issue of that whole stretch of road within the city along there in terms of if we want to, in a future meeting, have on the agenda some discussion about it, not that we're gonna solve it right now. I move that we approve the installation of a new street light using an overhead feed from the existing line west of Britton and on the south side of Lansing Road for the amount not to exceed $300.
second.
We have a motion from Larry, seconded by Bob. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Now we need to hear from Megan a little bit to find out what fund this money would come
I
from.
looked up what we paid for the Second Street light, I think it was 2 years ago, and that came out of, in the general fund, there is a department that is called street lighting,
Oh,
and we paid for it out of that. And that line does look to be projecting to come in under budget this year by a couple $1,000s, so there's clearly room for.
So there's enough there and there's a fund already established for that?
That's where we pay like the electric bills for street lighting.
Okay.
Is what that's for. Why street lighting is a standalone department, I don't really know, but it's just always been there, so that's where it stays.
Are you all fine with that explanation?
Yeah.
Yep.
And Larry, just to revisit what you just said, I think based on our conversation we had the other day, we talked about how that is 55 miles an hour Lansing Road is all the way through there. It doesn't change when you get closer to Main Street. It doesn't change when you get east of Main Street. It's 55 all the way through. I think perhaps, based on that information, based on conversations with other people, you and I had that conversation, that maybe we need to have Kyle talk to the county about doing a speed study. We have so many more businesses along there now than in the past. Many more driveways, entrance, exits, more, people coming in and out. 55 seems a little too fast.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was surprised because I went to Kyle and I said, Kyle, what is the speed limit on Lansing Road? Because honestly, I thought it was 45. He said, it's 55. It's 55 all the way through. I said, are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure, Sue, it's 55.
That's the only spot that I'm aware of within the city that's over 45 miles an hour for a speed limit.
Right, because from your house, basically, to
Yeah.
the light is 40,
Yep.
and then
It's
past the light
going
is
north.
45.
From
and
my
then
house, though, going south, it's 35.
35, right,
35.
then going that way.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that it would be 40 miles, slow down at 40.
Yeah, it seems like.
Probably at Britton Road, I think, comes out there, and then however far that way.
Yeah, right at the city limit, in reality, on the west side,
Yeah.
because basically the city limits are just to the west of where Perry Lakes
Perry
is,
Lakes,
or
yeah.
where you turn to go west on Britton Road,
Mm-hmm.
and then take it to the city limit on the east
On the
side.
east side.
I mean, there's just been as Sue and I talked, there's just been a ton of new, in particular on the east side of 52, all of the new businesses have gone in the last 15 years, and I don't believe there's been any kind of a speed study done
Not that I know
recently.
of. Yeah.
We may not be successful, but I think it's incumbent upon us to at least pursue it.
There seems to be a lot more pedestrians.
Kyle,
A lot more pedestrians walking across Lansing Road and Main Street out there too, because maybe their whole carload of people doesn't want to eat where the other ones want to eat. So they park at one and then they walk to other places. And I mean, we don't have crosswalks, we don't have additional lighting. I think at the least, we should, have a speed study to,
Might be a state thing, not a county thing. I'm not sure.
Lansing Road is a county road.
No, it's not. Still
Excuse me?
considered M78. It's a state.
Is that a state road?
State, I think so.
But it's
M78.
not M78, it's Lansing Road. M78 is over in Hazlet,
Okay,
Lansing Road is here.
okay.
And when I talked to Kyle about it, he said it was a county road. So I'm only
Okay.
going off what he
Okay.
told me.
Yeah, that's why I was looking to see if he was here, because I was thinking it might be state, but
Well,
he's the one who would know, not
And-
me.
Yeah, and certainly, if this is something you guys, as a council, would like to pursue, I will talk to Kyle. I'll ask him about it and see who would do it. And I don't think it costs us anything to have that done.
It makes sense to at least get a study and see, because it makes sense, it would make sense to make it the same speed limit on 52. 52 is a major thoroughfare,
Right.
and Lansing is as well, going east and west, so.
Yeah. And if it
I've always
is,
thought it felt a little crazy, Lansing Road, and crossing 52, doing, 55, 60 miles an hour.
yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, most people hopefully aren't doing that,
Right.
but in terms of
60.
Well, I mean, if you think about
legally, they
people
could
going
be.
5 over,
Yeah, no.
yeah, I mean, I always slow down through there just because it seems like you need to,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
because you don't know if somebody's gonna stop or not.
I slow down going through there, because before I was mayor, I did zoom through a yellow light there, and Kyle was coming toward me, and he went. And I always think about that now when I drive through there. But,
That
yeah.
intersection has a lot of accidents.
Yeah, it does.
And we got semis pulling in and out of there.
Oh, a lot, yeah.
For those that may not remember, it's been quite a few years ago now, there was a study that the state was gonna put a large roundabout at that intersection.
Oh.
I do remember that
Yeah.
conversation, yeah.
And fortunately, it didn't happen, they elected instead to change the light, which at that time, I don't remember the exact hours, it wasn't a 24-hour light like it is now. It was after some point in time, it went to blinking.
Blinking,
They
yes,
said,
I
well,
remember
rather than
that.
spend all that money, because I talked to MDOT myself before I was involved with council or anything else, that, because they were about ready to hold a public hearing and get input for this big monstrous, my opinion, monstrous roundabout tying into the truck traffic and everything else, so. It's been recognized as a fairly busy intersection by the state.
Roundabouts are fine, just people don't know how to drive them.
I agree. I hate them. They just make me so nervous. It's like, no.
Trick. Look at the tires of the person coming around this way. You can tell which way they're gonna go.
Oh, that's true. I never thought about that. Good advice.
It's
You
not a
probably
stop
run
and
into
see.
a lot of them down where you
Oh,
are,
yeah.
don't you? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you're all in favor of that, well, maybe what I need is a motion. If somebody's willing to make a motion to have a speed study on Lansing Road in the city limits, I'd like to hear that.
I move that we as a council pursue a speed study to be done on Lansing Road in the area of the city limits, basically.
Second.
We have a motion from Larry, second from Mike. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Okay. I will talk to Kyle about that. Thank you. We're now moving into the DPW area. John, if you want to take over.
Okay, so out at the lagoon, we have a structure that receives all of the wastewater from the city before it goes into a pond, and we're having some hydrogen sulfide gas is eating up the concrete. So this rehabilitation project that's before you will remedy that. They do like a 3-part epoxy coating. We've done, I think, most all of the wet wells in town at the lift stations and some of the other structures. We've used this product or very similar with this company over the years, so.
Is it similar to what they're lining the pipe
No.
with? No?
That's more of a fiberglass tube with a resin on it that gets inflated. This is more, they power wash it, dry it, and then they put on like a thin bonding agent and then another layer and then a coating over that. So it ends up being like pink or bright orange, and gives you, it's like about a ½ an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch thick.
What's the lifespan of that stuff, you know?
Well, we get like a 10-year warranty on it, but we've had some done, seem like around 2014 maybe. Everything so far, I do have one that I have a spot but they switched products, so they're not using that same product now. It's right out here, we gotta do a little repair. And it unfortunately is just out of warranty, so when they do this,
Haven't fixed that one?
it's just a strip, and we've had other stuff, you know, when it gets 20 foot deep into the earth, you have water that pushes on things, and we've had a couple bubbles, but they've taken care of them, we found them, and so. There are other methods to do it, but it's more expensive and, you know, so. This is what we've been doing. not that we can't change, but this one is more above ground than the rest of them. It sticks out of the ground about 5 foot, and then it only goes down about another 8 from there, so.
Any more questions for John about that?
I move that we approve the proposal from Advanced Rehabilitation Technology to rehabilitate the manhole at the lagoon number 3 in the amount not to exceed $5,500.
We have a motion from Larry, seconded by Bob. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Okay, next.
Okay, Dixon Engineering was our company that when we did the water painting, the water tower painting project. For our sanitary survey, I need to stay up on inspections and whatnot. So this is, I don't need to drain it or anything. They disinfect the remote robot and they'll send him in, swim in, and just inspect everything that's been done on the interior. So it'll be just to stay on top of, make sure there's no problems on the wet interior and the dry outside everywhere. They'll fly a drone and different things like that.
Do they fly it into the tower?
The drone will be like external,
Oh,
and then they have a corded, and it all gets disinfected. So it's approved by Eagle and everything. So they'll go in the hatch, and then it's like a little submersible
yeah.
drone, but
Yeah.
and it has lights on it and lights up and they go.
Go ahead, Bob, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Didn't they epoxied the inside when we painted it, didn't we? Wasn't that just at the
Yeah,
same
I did
time,
it, we did
roughly
it
same time?
interior,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, that's what I thought.
And so,
I move that we approve and accept proposal from Dixon Engineering for general maintenance services in the amount not to exceed $4,000. We authorize John Souter to sign the agreement.
Second.
We have a motion from Mike, seconded by Mindy. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
okay, so the next one that I have in front of you. Back when the city purchased a 2022 F-350 with a dump box on it, and I had that truck equipped with Western controls and mounts and everything, but I thought I was saving money, and I did not get to plow with it at the time. Our winters had been mild, and so I thought I was, and so I'm bringing this to you because I kind of need an extra truck with a V-plow on it. The one that we have, we made it through the season, but I'm not scheduled to replace that truck till next budget cycle after this one because other things. We have enough in the budget unless there's something catastrophic happens to cover this. So this plow here fits on it, works on it. I don't believe that there's probably about, from what I remember, there might be $400 to $600 difference from 22 to now when I did it. So,
Did you take the truck there and that does work? 'Cause
well, I put it,
Only reason I ask is because we have a brand new truck plow and the plugs are different. Because we tried to put that plow on another truck the last time it snowed and it's like, oh, it doesn't work.
I went over this multiple times with them, so, it's supposed to be the two connector, just Western.
Just double check, that's all, because I was
Okay.
shocked, it's like, why would they change the connection just because they put, New Holland lights
Yeah.
or whatever on it, that's all.
Okay, so is it difference in LED versus the?
Yeah, it was the one,
We got
the
halogen.
new plow was on a truck that got in an accident, that was getting repaired, so that was sitting there and it wouldn't go in, has the two plugs. One's a battery, one's a controller, it wouldn't work in the controller part of it. They wouldn't, the pins didn't line up.
Okay, Okay.
for whatever reason. I wasn't the one trying to put it on there, that's just the explanation I was
I mean,
given.
Western's had the same connector.
You would
for-
think, yes, for many, many years.
Okay.
But we
Um,
need to sell more parts.
Well, I'm not gonna take it if it don't work.
I would just have, because, you know, they have labor, that's probably just put the plow together,
Yeah,
but just make sure that that harness on the truck side works with that plow.
okay. Because it works on the two that we have, we've got a straight plow and the V plow that we have currently.
Correct.
I checked it, but I don't,
Just
I
ask
told them
the
what we
question.
had and,
That's
yeah,
all. I was shocked that I was told that, that's all, just so.
okay.
Any other questions for John?
I move that we approve the quote from Lansing Welding for the purchase of a new Western snowplow for an amount not to exceed $6,467. We authorize John Sauer, DPW Superintendent, to sign the quote and move forward with the purchase.
Second.
We have a motion from Mike, seconded by Bob. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. Next on our agenda is, resolution regarding our signatories for our checking account. Is that right, Shirley? Did I say
And
that
our
right?
depositories, just for.
And our depository, oh, that's right, the depository list.
Mhm. We do it every year now, I guess, so.
Mhm. You do have a copy of that. The depositories are Huntington Bank, PNC Bank, PFCU, Consumers Credit Union, and the Michigan Cooperative Liquid Assets Security System.
And we don't currently have active accounts at all those places, but those are other places that are, we either have done business with in the past, and we added PFCU because they were local, if we ever decided we needed a quick local option, so that's just ready if we need to open an account, which of course we would have to come to you two, but at least they're already an approved
Okay,
institution.
thank you for clarifying that.
That last one is the one we just, you expanded to within the last year,
Yes,
correct?
Yeah, the investment pool, yes. That my class is what I call it, but the other name is its official name.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Megan or Shirley concerning this, or any more discussion? If not, I'm looking for a motion.
I move that we approve the following resolution. For city depositories, the mayor announced the following depositories for the city: Huntington Bank, PNC Bank, PFCU, Consumers Credit Union, and Michigan Cooperative Liquid Asset Security System. And approved check signers, I move that we authorize mayor, treasurer, and clerk to be the signers on city accounts. 2 signatures are required on all checks.
Second.
We have a motion from Mike, seconded by Bob. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Thank you all. Thank you, Shirley. And next, we have a zoning amendment. Larry, do you want to talk about that?
Sure.
Can I
This
talk
is
over it?
just a cleanup of,
So I did put this on the agenda, but I still have not heard back from the attorney. If you feel comfortable, I think you can move ahead, but I've sent it to him twice, so.
I think we're okay.
Okay,
Basically, this is a cleanup of the zoning ordinance. Back, it's been a few months ago now, we made some changes to our animal ordinance. And I didn't recognize, the ordinance committee didn't recognize until it got to
Giffords Webster.
Giffords and Webster to update the zoning ordinance, so we had some inconsistency. We changed everything with committee or council approval, passed Justin English and everything in the main body, but there are 2 definitions that are back in the definitions section of zoning that we were inconsistent with what was still there. And rather than have them in 2 locations, I had recommended for consistency that we leave the definitions in the ordinance that we previously reviewed and approved, and that we would simply eliminate them from the definition section of the zoning ordinance, so we don't have inconsistency and have to worry about future updates of updating one and not the other. Comments, questions? I move that we place the zoning ordinance amendment 407 definitions on the next agenda for possible approval. The City of Perry ordains the City of Perry zoning ordinance section 2.04 definition, section C, section 2.17, section P, pets is omitted, or omitting the following definitions as follows. I don't know if I need to,
No.
I'll go ahead and read them just to be
Okay.
sure. Community cats. Community cats is a term used to describe outdoor, unowned, free-roaming cats. These cats can be friendly, feral, adults, kittens, healthy, sick, altered, or unaltered, and they may or may not have a caretaker. Community cats. Caretaker. A caretaker is a person who provides food, water, and shelter to a community cat. In some instance, they may provide medication or vetting to the community cat, but they are not the legal owner. And those two sections are what we would be proposing that we eliminate.
We have a motion from Larry, seconded by Mindy. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Thank you for clarifying that, Larry. We need now to look at setting the date for our budget workshop. This is something that is very important for us all to sit down together and do. Once Megan and the other department heads have put together their budgets for this new year, budget year, then they will sit with all of us and go through it line by line and see if there's any changes that need to be made, any recommendations to eliminate anything or add anything. And so we need to make this a date that we can all be there.
Okay.
And what time would you like, if we're looking at the 24th then, what time would you like to start? Assuming that this will take 3 hours.
And I think that's being generous.
Yeah.
But there are 2 council members that have not been through this process at all before,
Right.
so.
Well, I have a dentist appointment at 2 in Howell, or Brighton, sorry.
On the
It's an hour,
24th?
yeah. So I can get here, I better be here 4:30, is 5 o'clock, be the earliest I get here.
What about the 25th? Did we already rule that out?
Yes.
Oh, we ruled that out because you're, okay. And the 23rd didn't work for you, right, Mike? So back to the 24th. What time do you think you can be here?
Probably about 5 o'clock. Might be a little earlier, but it's just a filling.
Oh,
Yeah, I've got a commitment in the afternoon, but I can certainly be here by 5 o'clock.
yeah. And I have choir practice, but I'll just change it to a different night.
We're gonna need food.
You're bringing food?
I'll be
I don't know, someone is, we need some brisket or something.
Pass the
sure.
dish.
Granola bar.
Yes, we need to
I
find
think
out.
one time we did get Mancino's subs. Ronnie went up and picked him up. But he loves his smoker, so he would love to smoke something for you guys to eat. He could smoke,
He can cook something we can eat, and then he can smoke whatever he wants.
I'll tell him that.
And
So
I-
Ron and I'll provide food. Do we have any diet restrictions of anybody? Okay, well, Ron will provide food. I probably shouldn't put my name in there, I know.
I know Kyle's not here, but we probably should make sure that the department heads that are here can make that time. Is that work
John, can
for
you do
John?
that?
As far as I know.
I'm Shirley.
I guess I might have a baby, but,
I can bring my daughter.
okay, she'll be fine. She'll be good anyways, it doesn't, she's the quiet one.
So if we say 5 to 8 and maybe done before then, okay. So 5 to 8 p.m. here in this room on March 24th for our budget workshop. Food will be provided, but bring your own drink. Are we good with that?
Yep.
Okay. Will you tell Kyle that in the morning?
Yes, and I will text
You always
Kamal
see
too.
him, yeah, Kamal.
I will actually just send Kamal a invitation calendar invite, so he won't forget. Hopefully he can make it.
Shirley's going to lead us now in a discussion of the Shoemaker Technology Group website development proposal.
Well, it's not really gonna be a lot of discussion, but it's just, I think that we already told you that we will have to revamp our website to make it ADA compliant by 2027, July, sometime in 2027, I don't remember the date, do you? Okay, but anyways.
How is the website ADA?
So if you are,
In a wheelchair or blind?
if you're
Blind?
blind,
Okay.
then you have,
The
you have a
TD,
TV.
the S or
I
whatever
don't-
that thing is?
Yeah,
Okay. Just.
so like, anything that Megan puts on Facebook that has a flyer to it, like her seedling flyer that I handed
Mhm.
out,
That is not-
she can't use that, it just has to be words. So if somebody is blind, then that it will read.
It reads it, so it can't be a bunch of
It can't be
pictures, because it'll
pictures,
just say a
yeah.
picture, like Siri talks to me on my truck, you got a text and it reads it to me, and it's, so-and-so said this and sent you a picture.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, so basically, we have to be ADA compliant. And they sent us all of this information to do that. I put little flags in your packet, that little, did I put a flag on your packet? Right there, yeah. I didn't do that to mine, so I have to find it, but.
Page
bas-
18.
Page 18. So basically, these are the prices to do that. We would like to kind of revamp our whole website. It's outdated. We can bring a projector down here, show you other websites that they have, that they've done. And you guys can look at those, or you can just, can send you links and you guys can look at.
Can you
or-
do that?
Yeah, I can do
Yeah.
that, yeah. And, but basically, we already did the minute page redesign because we wanted to make it a little bit easier to navigate around and see things all in one spot. Instead of clicking here and clicking here to go to, to get to minutes, get to videos, get to agenda, whatever. So we already did that. To become ADA compliant, it will be $1,495. To do a full refresh and ADA compliant audit will be $19.95. We don't have this in the budget yet, but Megan's gonna work it in, right?
So the budget
To
we're
the-
proposing.
This will be for next year's
Yes,
budget.
this is just a
Yes.
discussion telling you what is coming down the pipes, so just so you guys know.
When did we have them redo our website?
It was
5 years?
21.
21.
Yeah, it was happening when
So
I
about 5
started.
years
Yeah.
ago.
Mhm. So,
Page 6 in this packet talks about the ADA compliance.
And actually, page 16 gives plenty of examples of
Okay,
Right.
the links
there you go.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh,
that you were
of-
talking about sending out. We just
yeah.
look at some of
So
them
it's
from
more
page
like
16.
actual pictures of the pavilion or our building, or like, a new drone flying over, you know what I mean? When you look at websites like that, how, more, a little bit more modern and up to date and appealing, I guess.
Yeah, and we have new buildings
Mhm.
that are
Mhm.
not in the old website, yeah.
So it's just, this is just like letting you guys know what's coming down, Megan's working it in, but we will have to do the ADA compliance regardless, so,
A year from now,
yeah,
we're required to do it, so.
yep.
Yeah, we-
And just like,
Everybody's lived with it for what, 4+ years now since we, made a major redo and, went with Shoemaker. So probably talk about in the future, put another $500 if people use it every day, so you have $500 worth of refresh that we should be doing. Makes sense to me.
oh, that was one thing that he did say when I started talking to him, was that it is outdated. It's, yeah, I guess that's,
Technology changes so fast, and like
yeah.
the widgets that they call them, like the things websites can do, it's just different than it was, yes, last year, let alone 5 years ago. So.
Yeah.
So it's nothing you have to vote on tonight, it's just, we'll be working that in, and that's gonna be coming down, so. I guess, maybe, we can't vote on anything,
Right, it's a next year's
Yeah.
budget, so I
Right,
don't
so-
want you to make a resolution to say yes to that when we haven't approved that budget yet.
Right.
So in July or later. Is there any other business to come before council at this time? Council discussion or observations? I'll just say, thank you, council. You are all so wonderful to work with. I have been a part of a different board in a different municipality, and it wasn't as easy to talk about things, even if we don't agree with each other, we still seem to be able to talk about it. And I really appreciate working with all of you. I hope all of you will consider running for council again, because most of you are gonna term expire this year. So I would just encourage you to really think about that, especially if the deadline is April 21st. You need to turn in your petitions by then, is what Shirley's telling us.
Grab them and up in the office, I'll have them up at the front desk.
Yeah.
Be sent up
Good.
there.
Any more public comment? Any other agenda items for our next meeting?
Wrote them down.
Then it's 8:11 and our meeting's adjourned.